Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and tell a friend. All right, so on the docket, we have The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 5, Episode 15, Lines in the Sand. This is not the finale. This is not the finale. Season is going well. The ladies have performed. They've kept me entertained. Not that many filler episodes. But why did I think this was the finale?
You know what? To me, it felt like it should have been the finale, but we still need to see. What do we need to? Oh, we need to see the how Lisa and Lenny navigate, because are we gonna see her? Are we gonna see him try to put her out before October? Remember, because he said, Lisa said in the episode that he only got that condo until October of what, last year.
Right, because he thinks he can get her out of the
Right.
marital home. But in Florida, because she has the kids, he can't put her out.
Right.
That's why it was important for her to go and get her own place, because she's willingly leaving. He's going to use that as a loophole.
Exactly.
But what I don't understand is why Lisa keeps on saying, I'm not going to leave and go and get my own place, and then he can move in with the new girlfriend and my kids are there. Like, you're not leaving your kids behind in the mansion. You're going to take your kids with you. It doesn't make
I
any
think
sense what she keeps saying that.
what she's saying. I think what she's trying to do is she's trying not to put herself in a position to where he can say she left, because that's, I'm not sure how it is in Florida. In California, when you voluntarily leave, people will use as ammunition, like okay, we can move forward with divorce and make it a quick divorce, and they get nothing.
Yeah, from what I understand down here in Florida, he cannot put her out of the marital home because she has the children.
Got it. Okay, so basically, what he's trying to do is to get her
to leave
out
on
of the
her own.
house. Oh, right. That's probably why he's being mean to her.
Yeah, yeah. He's a piece of work.
Right. So what do you
Okay.
how do you want to do this?
Let's just pick up at the top of the episode, because that's the argument that we left off with last week, and I said I needed to see more of it. And now that I've seen all of it, Adriana, how are you doing this to me? God damn it. Like, Adriana, for real, you double, triple, quadruple down on that shit. Like, okay. It slipped out of your mouth. Say sorry. Say sorry. Oh my God. Say sorry. She just kept on digging deeper and deeper and deeper. Jesus Christ. It was frustrating. It was frustrating. You played right into their hands. You are smarter than this. What is going on with you, Adriana? And don't tell me no bullshit about you only got a year and a half left of alimony payments. Like, what?
I have never seen anyone use the alimony sympathy card ever.
And I know I jumped in, but I'm trying to rationalize this behavior on the private island. And I agree with Nicole. It was fucking Gilligan's Island at this point. I didn't get it. And all these ladies are trying to tell her, like, slow it down, stop. You didn't mean that. But not Julia. Julia ready to throw a bucket of ice on somebody. Julia just brings the golden girl energy to this cast. And I don't care who the fuck she married to. Bye. Bye. Take the goat, take the dog, take the babies, take your daughters. Bye.
Like my whole thing with Julia is this, and again, and I really like Julia, but I really, 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 really like Martina, which makes me is the only reason I really, really like Julia. But I'm looking at Julia. I'm like, Julia, have you not watched the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Have you not seen Cynthia Bailey in action? How you could be pretty much boring for 12 seasons? I'm just saying, like that's your prototype right there. Cynthia, like she was level headed. She didn't get in too much of the mess, and people said she was boring, and sometimes she was, but her confessionals were everything. Though, let's be honest, she could have been like the first confessionals only housewives in history, in my opinion. We just
Well,
gonna
that's
bring you
because
in for
she
the
always
confessional,
gave the face,
right? That's true.
the cheekbones, the Bailey cheekbones. That's what that was. But she did perk up when she kicked Portia in her stomach.
Yeah, she got activated. Then her personal space got like invaded. So there is a spot for people like Julia, but Julia, you have there's a problem with Julia. We need Julia away from Adriana. I think
No,
Adriana, yeah,
we need Julia off the show.
you just don't like Julia.
I don't.
And I don't know why don't you like Julia though. I need to understand why you don't like Julia.
Because I don't understand what her role is. Like I understood what Cynthia Bailey's role was, but I don't understand what Julia's role is. And I don't trust anybody who's blindly following behind somebody, whether they right or wrong. Adriana was dead wrong and doubling down on that shit, and you ready to go and attack somebody else. Like, girl. Girl. Uh-uh.
I'll be honest. Here's the problem I had with Julia in this particular situation. What she did was she backed up Adriana publicly,
Mm-hmm.
but then in confessionals said she was dead wrong. And she was right for that, but you need to check your friends
In the
like
moment.
immediate in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
In the moment. That to me that's where she failed. Because she was with Gertie, she was with Nicole, she was on the right side of the situation. She just didn't check Adriana in the moment right when she needed to be checked. Because here's my thing.
Hmm.
My friend said something like that. You you gotta kind of like
I'd have been like, can I talk to you for a second?
yeah
Can I talk to you for a second? Like over here? Like
yeah
just
it
real
could be to
quick?
the side.
Yeah, like right over here. Can I talk to you for a second? And then when we get over here, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck you doing? Yo, you gotta apologize. That shit was like way off. Like what? Did you hear yourself? Like I know they all ganging up on you, but reel it back in.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Then here's the thing. Now Adriana was wrong, dead wrong. Let's call a thing on that one.
Mhm.
But now I gotta go to Alexia. I'm like, you are being a little over dramatic for the
Yep,
situation, and I'm
all the
I'm
time.
saying, and here's why I'm saying this. Let's go back to last year when Todd was going at them, right?
Who?
Todd. Remember when Todd was talking to Alexia about like how
Oh, mm-hmm.
she wasn't doing enough for her child. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, here's my whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Adriana made a mistake. She wasn't thinking. She doubled down. Okay, fine, wrong. But this man over here completely said like you didn't do enough for your child when you was trying to just keep your child alive.
Mm-hmm.
So like you had all that energy for Adriana, but none of that energy for Todd. Granted, that's your man. That's who you lay next to. I understand. But most women I know with children are not going to let anyone talk to them about how they parent their children. That's just my experience.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this kind of shows me how Alexia actually sees Adriana. She sees Adriana as beneath her.
I don't think you quite get the dynamic here. Like, I was listening to Kempire earlier, right? And he's
Mhm.
like, Alexia feels like she's better than everybody. Like, she's that girl. And
She
then the
does.
mean girl thing and all of that. But what it is she only accepts people who are Cuban. Point blank, period.
But you've said that though. You said that.
And then y'all say, well, what about Dr. Nicole? Dr. Nicole is not full 100% Cuban, and there is a difference. She looks down on Dr. Nicole. Nicole got all of these achievements: education, money, status, job, everything. She's done it on her own. But yet, Alexia looks at her as a Puerto Rican. She ain't full bred Cuban. The only person that she ride or die for is full bred Cuban. Marisol. Marisol. She looked down on everybody else on this cast. She thinks she run this cast. And that's why I want Leah Black to come back to shake this shit up, because I cannot have another Teresa Giudice in the making on this season, on this franchise. I just can't. Marisol and Marisol indulges her in this, and I don't know why. I don't know why. But this all boils down to Alexia thinking that she's better than everybody and only getting along with people who are Cuban. Period.
All right. So Ebony Dick says, I think you guys were harsh saying that Lexi doesn't have a story. Frankie was her whole life, and in taking care of him, she was still able to get married. But yes, but Frankie should. What is if you take Frankie out of the story? You know what does Alexia actually bring to the table? And
Nothing.
you can't like we get on other people for using their kids as storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Alexia is no different.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see it. Like Alexia, there needs to be more to you than your son. Like what outside of Alexia being on the wrong side of pretty much every argument, Alexia talking about what she's doing with Frankie and Frankie this and Frankie that.
Mm-hmm.
And then like if we're gonna talk about that, let's talk about how come she was not doing this before and she didn't do anything like this until Todd like lit her up on national TV or international TV.
Yep.
So yes,
Yep.
she did
Because
like
that's the only
she
reason why
literally
that charity reached out to her.
right. And she literally nursed her son back to health. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. Like what like that's great. That's like she like no one ever went in on Alexia about her mother. Like we all
Mm-hmm.
everyone has said like she's a fantastic mom. But
Mm-hmm.
taking care of your child who is like now and I guess you could say is disabled, that just can't be the only thing you bring to the table.
Mm-hmm. And it can't be your excuse for not offering anything more than that. Cause what else have we seen? But then you can't mention Frankie. He's your storyline. He's it, but yet no one else can say anything about Frankie.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the thing is, without and this is the thing, without go back to without Todd, she would not be doing these things this season. But I'm glad she's doing them.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to see Alexia and what Alexia is doing. Like, what is she doing? Not for
Sampling
anyone
cabinet.
else, yeah, just do for like you have Gertie, she has her family, but she has her business. You have
Mm-hmm.
Larsa, you know, we don't always like Larsa, but Larsa, like
Mm-hmm.
she got her jewelry line, she's good at product placement. We have Dr. Nicole, she's a whole doctor. You have
Mm-hmm.
Julia, she's trying to out here allegedly trying to adopt children and getting back into modeling. Okay.
Oh, she's got
We
the
need
farm. Let's give her the
yeah, the
farm.
farm.
Yeah, because she's
Well,
making money off of that farm.
so going back to um Alexia and Adriana, like I said, Adriana dead wrong. And everyone I see on Twitter and people I've talked to, like we're all in agreement. Like Adriana, like we were mad. I was sitting here like, no, there's no comparison here. No, like even I had told to myself, here's the way I see it. Even if you're trying to draw that parallel of accident to accident, the degrees are not the same. And I give kudos for the other ladies who are like, no, like you didn't. And they were trying to get her to shut up. And I think was
Mhm.
it Gertie
Gertie
and
was trying
Nicole?
to. I think
Was it Nicole?
Larsa, Nicole, yeah, they were
They
all
were like,
trying.
no, it did. I could have. And when she kept saying, I could have lost my leg, I could have lost my leg. They're like, but you didn't. Like they're like, and they kept trying to get through to her. No, 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 no. And Twitter was ablaze. They were like, dude, like, how dare you make us agree with Alexia? How dare you make us side with her? You were just dead wrong. And this is part of Adriana's problem, especially when it comes to Alexia.
Mhm.
She allows Alexia to make her feel insecure, so it causes her not to think rationally. And
Mhm.
this whole scene just proved it because she kept doubling down, quadrupling down, all that stuff. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, see, you just want to be right and you're wrong. You just want to prove that you can go toe to toe with Alexia. That's not what it's about. You made a very, 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 very insensitive statement, an insensitive analogy, whatever you want to call it. You back down, you apologize. And what she should have done is got up, left, calmed down, and then her and Alexia have a conversation later.
I I try. Huh. I'm just pissed at how this scene played out. Um, I think that Marisol and Adriana are some of the best friends of that we've ever seen across the Housewife franchise. And the reason why is because they were housewives in a previous life.
Yeah.
So they know what to bring. And if you really look at it, I agree with Kempire. Like this whole episode was Adriana focused.
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen with a friend of? Like for real, haven't you and I been complaining that the friends of were there and they didn't even speak? But on this franchise, you got Kiki kicking it in the confessionals and pissing on the shore and screaming out like a banshee to get her demons out. And you got Adriana talking about how she only got a year and a half of alimony left and that why everybody hate
Ugh.
her and her fake broken in a million pieces leg and fighting with all the big girls. How does that happen? It only
That
happens in Miami.
and she also made me mad about that too. And
Oh,
Nicole,
the lying about. Well, we knew she was lying about the leg. Come on now.
right? And Nicole said it perfectly. She's like, "Girl, like you gonna be in heels in like 2 days? Quit playing with me." And then at her video release party, she was in heels, and Nicole's like, "Miraculous recovery." They're like, "Really?" She's
Well,
like,
when the
"Girl,
John Canoe band came down and she jumped up and she's there going like this, Larsa came over to her and goes, You ain't even hurt." And she's like, Stop talking about that now or some shit. Like she doesn't even care. This is why you
wait."
have to love Adriana. But at the top of the episode, on the private island, I was like, yeah, I'm tapping out. I
Like
can't.
she disappointed. She really disappointed me with that. Because only the main reason is this: when you say something is wrong, when you say something's wrong, right? When everybody around you is telling you you are wrong, you back down. You back down. Stop talking, and you just apologize.
What happened to Adriana? I want to know what happened to Adriana because in the first incarnation of this show, season 1 through 3, yeah, 1 through 3, I always suspected that Adriana was damaged. I always suspected that. But we never quite got like the full story. Yeah, like I know she came to Miami on her own. Like she just retold her whole story, right? I always
Mm-hmm.
thought there was something dodgy between her and Leah Black. Like I personally thought that Leah was pimping her out for real, for real. Or at least finding husbands for her. She lied
Well,
about how
and
long she was married to
well,
Frederick. Like there was so much smoke and mirrors with Adriana like, I want to know what happened to her. Who damaged her? Because she is a hurt individual. At first, I thought she was just lonely, but she's a very hurt and damaged individual. And for some reason, Alexia primarily triggers her. And I really feel she was lashing out at Alexia and Marisol because she's alone once again. She's blaming them for Dr. Terry leaving her. And honestly, Boo, that's probably partially your fault too. Cause
Right.
was he really into you? Really, really? I don't think so. But I'm here to
Right.
help you find somebody before your alimony run out. And she also made a mockery of herself because remember when she was when they were in the Keys and she was talking about what's her name phone not phone watch, Alexia's watch, and she was saying I have the
Mm-hmm.
same watch but I got it on my own. Did you get it on your
Right.
own from working or from an alimony payment? Let me know whenever you got time, Adriana, because you sound real hypocritical
True.
or jealous, one of the two. Um, I'm not here for Julia anymore, especially when I saw what she wore to the video release party. Like I said, she bring Golden Girls to the Real Housewives of Miami, and I could do without it, especially when you got Gertie walking around in everything that is see through. Wheel and come again. Sorry. Um, what else happened? Um, they leave. This was really a mess. Let's talk about Queen Leah um doing all of the promotional uh things on this episode, and Lisa just buying into it. Why do you never age? Oh, well, it must be because of my skincare line. And come into my boutique that sells my skincare line exclusively. And let me give you this face cream because you've been crying a lot because of your divorce. I love it. I love it. Oh my God. She, I feel, said everything that everybody else has been saying, but she's on the outside now. And I think
Right.
Lisa, because Lisa has feels like she's gotten really good advice from Leah for many years now and has known her for over 10 years. I feel like she can receive it better from Leah than she can from the other girls.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no ulterior motive because she's not full
Right.
time on this show, but
I think what Leah did, she gave her all the, she she was a friend, and
mhm,
you can tell they're friends off camera
mhm.
because she spoke to her very directly. Like there was no coddling her feelings. There was no like, let me be here for my friend. She was like, I'm gonna be here for you as my friend, but I'm gonna be that friend that you need. And what she was telling Lisa, I was like, wow, I can't disagree with anything you're saying right now.
When
I
she said,
can't.
"Who wants to be married to that guy?" I was here for it. It
Yeah.
was what needed to be said, and she needed to receive it. And I think in this instance, she really did receive it more so than with the other ladies because with the other ladies, it's a performance. But here, we broke it down to brass tacks. And on top of that, Leah talks as the spouse of a lawyer. So she ain't gonna guide you wrong. Um when she told her that she needs to be grateful for everything that she has and that she looks forward to seeing what she'll bring in her next chapter, I was on board with that because she's heard this before. I just like this source better. Oh my God.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
But
Like we have. Yeah, we just had like a Wi-Fi outage. Sorry about that.
No worries. Ooh, what did you think about the confessional? Lisa's confessional, where she admits if he begged her to come back, she would consider it for the sake of her children. I thought it was normal.
Yeah, it was concerning, but I understand when you have children, it's a whole different wrinkle to it from what I've been told
Mhm.
because you're putting your kids first, and I
Mhm.
think most people want their kids to be in a two parent home, so I get that for her, especially if she's not that close to her family. It makes to me
Mhm.
when I took a step back and look at the full scope and look at Lisa's dynamic in her life,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
totally get it. I mean,
Yep.
it's understandable with her.
I hope she snaps out of it, but I understood it because she's thinking as a mom and a
Hmm.
woman that came from, I'm assuming, a broken home. So I get it. And then when she said that her daughter's not going to know what it's like to be brought up in with a father in the home, like I was like, girl, you're going to remarry like this. Come on now.
Right, quit playing.
Okay, so we go back to the Bahamas, and these women are getting ready for the final night dinner. And this is supposed to be the birthday dinner for Julia and Kiki. Um, but none both all of the women are like, I'm not going to dinner with these ones. So Nicole has to split up the big table that they had into two separate tables, um, somewhat close to each other, which is dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. I'd have been like, if none of y'all don't show up, none of y'all get paid.
Right.
Show up and sit at the same table and throw down.
I understand what Nicole was trying to do. I get it, but that's not the to me. That's not the way you do it. Is y'all all grown? Put your big girl panties on and get to it.
But let me tell you what happened though. Alexia went to production and said, I'm not sitting with her. She says something about Frankie. I'm not doing it. And production caved in and they ruined it. That's what happened. That's why Leah needs to come back, because Alexia has a little bit too much sway with this production company. She does. I don't like it because I see where it's going. It's going like New Jersey, and that's why I don't watch New Jersey anymore. Let's see. So they go down for dinner. Adriana still with this hoof, and she can't get no shoes on. But whatever. She's basically moaning and pleading her case to Julia. Um Julia tells her that she loves her, but when she compared what happened to her ankle to Frankie's accident, she needs to own it and apologize for it. Adriana admits that she has, this is where she says that she has another year and a half left on her alimony. She did not intend for what she said to come out like that. She would never say anything to hurt Frankie, la 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 la. All she really wanted was for Alexia to empathize with her. But you're asking for something from someone who cannot give it. So don't ask.
Right, and this just shows. Well, I'm gonna skip ahead to the launch party. They didn't
Mhm.
show up to your launch party. They're not your friends.
But wait, we can't skip there because something really important happened at this final dinner when the
Hmm.
Jonkanu band comes through. Well, first they're at two separate tables. We have
Hmm.
Nicole and Gertie going from table to table doing shots of vodka and pickles and sake at each table. They bring out the birthday cakes. Oh, Julia's table is decorated beautifully. The other table is seated by the fire and has no decorations. They bring out the cakes. They bring out the 50-year-old cake to Kiki and the other cake to Julia. They've got them switched around. um Kiki is like, do I look 50? Do I? It's really cute. Um, whatever. Um, Nicole and Gertie realized that this was a mistake separating the tables. It really was. And
Right.
then the Junkanoo band comes in, and who jumps out of their seat like, I don't know, a young girl at a Prince concert circa 1979? None other than Adriana, and everybody notices it.
They're like, what? That was hilarious, though. They looking at her like, what? Huh?
They even focused on her foot, the film crew. That was the first thing we saw. They panned in on her ankle and then her going like this. Like, what? So stupid. So
Pretty
stupid.
much.
Anyway, Adriana is just a whole mess. Um, there's just some notes that I have here regarding Julia. She doesn't understand why the friend group is treating Adriana like that. Stop trying to figure it out.
Right.
Who
Mm-mm.
cares at this
Don't worry
point?
about it.
Gertie also says that she doesn't think Adriana meant to what she say to come out like that, but
Mm-hmm.
she does need to apologize for it. Um, she says that she thinks that a lot of things get lost in translation with Adriana. I can buy into that to a point, but the
Mm-hmm.
amount of times that she doubled down and tripled down on the
Exactly.
beach,
That
I
was the issue.
waver. Yeah, I waver
That
on
was the
that.
issue because everyone was telling you that you were wrong.
Yeah. Like I want to be on Adriana's side, but that whole scene on the beach, and that's why I kept on saying I need to see the whole scene, and I'm not happy with Adriana because of it. Hey Farmata. um what else happens here? um Hold on. We see that Gertie is planning, I guess she's doing the farewell event of the season, right? And it's
Yes.
a meltdown, melting pot dinner or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
It's like a melting. I think it's a melting pot dinner.
But she incorporated meltdown because of all of the meltdowns from the Bahamas. And
Right.
she's at this event space with this cool setup of these orbs, these light orbs that go up and down. And I guess she's going to do a big imperial table. And she's got these really gorgeous neon signs with all the ladies' names on it that she's going to hang up, I guess, as place cards, but then give it to them at the end of the evening. I think it's fabulous. I would like to see the neighborhood that this place is in, because to me, I think it looks kind of sketchy because all of these warehouses are in like not the best of neighborhoods, but the area where they're going to have this dinner is awesome. Love it. I wonder what's behind the pipe and drape though. I need to stop. I need to stop. Anyway, hello Ebony. I thought I said hi to everybody. Sorry about that. Let's see. What else happens?
Oh, I do like that, Ebony. I'm
What?
real quick before you go on. In a
Uh-huh.
contract, each housewife should put on an event, a real event. Yes, I agree with that. To make it fair. To
And
make
I
it fair.
think everybody did this season. Larsa had hers at the
Right.
condo. Um, Alexia had her wedding. We had the engagement party for Nicole. We had the video party for um Adriana and Gertie's dinner. And then we had an event at Julia's house. Right before she had the dinner on the beach with
Oh,
Martina.
right. Oh, everything, all the franchises. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I agree.
Don't, oh, they don't, do
They
they?
don't. Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
I think that's what makes this franchise special because like everybody gets in on it. I
Yeah.
think it was the same with Dubai.
Right.
Everybody gets on board. You're right. The other franchises don't do it
Mm-mm.
unless they don't do an event, but they host a trip. Maybe.
Something like that. Maybe. But yeah, I do like that idea though. That way it's fair for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Potomac. That they may be the biggest offender.
Yeah.
You're
Oh, for
right.
sure.
You're so right with that.
I
Because
didn't
I was
watch this
only
season.
thinking about Beverly Hills. Oof. Oh. All right. So after we find out about what Gertie's planning, then we get to Adriana's music video release party. So she had to do a lot of edits on this. A lot of the footage was wasted from the yacht with the housewives. I guess Kiki had herself removed from that video as well. Um, the song is nice. It sounds like a Brazilian carnival song, to be quite honest. Um, but I like the song. I didn't get to see enough of the video.
I didn't
I
like the
wish we had
video.
saw the video.
I don't. I saw enough. Didn't like it.
Really? I wanna see
I
more
didn't
of
like
it
it.
so I can judge it better.
It it it,
Um,
it didn't make sense.
I think probably because she had to go and, like, she had a lot of missing footage from the yacht. I didn't understand where the beach stuff came in. I don't know. I wanna see more of it. But, did you see what Adriana showed up into this video launch party?
It was unfortunate, but okay.
Her butt didn't look that great. What happened to it?
Oh yeah. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you.
People does better on cell phones. Thank you. Yeah.
It,
Ugh.
it was it was like here's the thing though. Adriana should have done that video by herself, but this was her event, so she had to include everybody.
Did you get the distinct impression that when she
So I'm not
came
gonna be.
in, she didn't know any of those people at that party that she was saying
She didn't
hi
know.
to?
She didn't know nobody.
Okay. All right. So it's not just me.
No, she didn't know
So
nobody.
half of the group does not come. So Marisol has an event at her home with her non-husband, and she invites Navid, the caviar king, to do caviar bumps. Alexia, Larsa, Kiki. Who else goes?
Okay, so it's Marisol, Larsa,
Marisol, Alexia,
Marisol,
Kiki,
Larsa,
Larsa.
Key, and Alexia.
Okay, so just those four there. They think
Yeah,
Lisa's gonna show up afterwards, but Lisa is the butterfly, the belle of the ball, the social butterfly. She's not taking sides. She's gonna go to the video release party, and then she's gonna hop over to do a caviar bump. And at Marisol's house, some interesting information comes out. So Marisol brings up how Adriana mentioned that her ex-boyfriend, Marisol's ex-boyfriend, said that, when he reached out to her on a dating app, that he never loved Marisol. This is what Adriana claims he told her. So Marisol says they met on Bumble, and on Bumble, the men cannot approach the women first. First contact has to come from the woman to the man. Therefore, she actively contacted him and not the other way around. But Adriana, I'm gonna need you to get your act together next season.
right.
This was messy as all hell, and I loved it. but I'm gonna need you to get your act together because last season you were so strategic in how you went after Larsa. This shit fell apart. Sorry. Stop thinking about the alimony payments and
Right.
start focusing on what your job really is. Coming for these girls. Sorry. Um what else happens at these two dreaded events? Anything else happens?
No, I mean, like Marisol
Oh,
said, I think Marisol was fair when she said, like, I could have gotten past the whole talking the bullshit, like the way she tried to come for me. She's like, I could have got past that. She thought it was the whole Frankie comment. She's like, yeah, no, I can't do that one. And I
wait.
and I agreed. And I agreed with her on that one.
Alexia also mentions that Adriana sent her a text apologizing, but they decide to focus on her saying my bad at the end of the apology, and I guess they are nullifying the apology. Um yeah, I think that based on what happened, you should be doing that face to face. But if she's not allowing you to, if she's not taking your calls and all you can do is a text, um, make sure somebody looks at it first before you send it because
Agreed.
text can be misconstrued. Tone is up for interpretation, a whole bunch of things. Text, sorry.
Oh, Ebony comes through
Um,
again. You gotta look at this. Ebony comes through again. Adriana,
Adriana,
keep it. Go ahead.
uh-huh. Adriana, keep in mind that you are making Larsa look good with the mistakes that you make. Yeah, that's why I want her. I want her to stay messy, but I need her to be as laser focused as she was last year on Larsa. Um, for whoever she comes for next year. I feel like she allows herself to be intimidated by Alexia Marisol. They rattle her for some reason,
Right.
and something else might be going. Maybe this is the first year that her son's gone away or something. I don't know. Um, but it's quite odd. And then the last part of this episode, who didn't see this coming? Marina turning on Lisa. Lisa, for real, you really thought that she was going to stay on your side? How else is she supposed to live in Florida if not for Lenny subsidizing her? That's his
Right.
mama.
And that's a child.
It was good while it lasted, but you should not have been surprised that Marina turned on you. But your
Right.
face spoke volumes. So hey.
But I'm gonna say this. Kudos for Lisa when she said, "Hold up, hold up, I'm gonna correct you." I was like, "Uh oh." I'm like, "You need to keep this." She needs, in order for her to get through this, she needs to keep that kind of energy. Because if she tries to be sweet, nice Lisa, she's not gonna make it. I'm sorry, she's not gonna make it.
I was wondering when that scene was going down. You know how Lisa keeps on having hope that they might get back together? I was
Mm-hmm.
wondering like if she had in her head, okay, so Marina's on my side and eventually Lenny will have to listen to reason from Marina because that's his mom and he'll
Mm-hmm.
come back to me. Irks. I hope she wasn't thinking that. Everybody
Agreed.
is on Lenny's payroll, including you, Lisa. Stop trying to maintain your lifestyle and try and get out and raise your kids properly and not in a sex den on the weekends. Like, stop
Right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Start focusing on you and your kids. Get out of that horrible situation and negotiate for more alimony and child support
Mm-hmm.
than Adriana did with Frederick.
And stack as much money as you can.
And have a running inventory of your closet
Exactly.
because you're going to need to sell some of that shit off.
I mean, based on her closet, she could probably live off her closet for a good decade.
She
If we're being honest.
can. She
If we being
can.
honest.
Yep, from the Birkins, the Hermes bags alone. And then we gonna get into her jewelry. Like seriously, she should have. From the time he said, "I we need to date other people," I would have I would have had a running inventory. She should have it for insurance purposes anyway.
Well, yeah,
But I would have taken stock because I firmly believe that he's gone shopping in her closet to gift that other woman.
exactly.
Hmm. So
Uh,
that's the episode. Did we
before
miss
we go,
anything, Jamal?
no, but I do like this comment. I can't even feel bad for her at this point. Here's the thing with her, with that. Okay, I feel bad for what she's going through now, how he's treating her, because she is the mother of his children.
Hmm.
Now, where I don't feel bad for her is for her divorce settlement. That's your fault. And when he left you that first time emotionally,
Hmm.
she should have been stacking coins since then. She should
I
have been,
think she did because isn't that when they started the med spas?
I thought the med spas was right before the he left that first time. I need to do a timeline check. I'll do that this weekend.
But don't forget, Lisa be smelling the other women on him. She knows what's going on. She doesn't
She
admit
does.
it to herself, but she knows
Right.
what's going on. I bet you anything those med spas were done around that time because Lenny was giving her an off ramp.
So you think the med spas were really like, and I'm sorry, parting gift, just in case we don't make it.
It was a Kelsey Grammer. Remember he said,
That's
I put you
yes,
on the Housewives as a parting gift, you
yes,
know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
I
okay, we
bet you
on the
that's
same
what
page.
that was when he was feeling a lot more generous. And now I feel like
Mhm.
there's some sort of financial issue and he's not that generous anymore.
He can't afford to be that generous anymore.
Nope.
Sorry.
Nope. But yeah, have we hit everything though?
I think we have.
Were you happy with Leah's return for what it
I want
was?
her. I want her back on the show. Um, Full
Yes.
time. Oh,
Yes.
Ebony has a question before we go. Question: Do you think it's weird or even wrong we said the kids and not my kids or our kids? Um, I know what you're saying, but I've witnessed people's divorces, and the when one is speaking about children, they always use the term the kid, and I think it's because they don't want to say my kids because it can cause an alienation between the children and the other parent. At least that's the way it was explained to me by one couple. They always say the kids, the kids, the kids, because the first thing you want to say are my children.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good question, but just based on my own experience with seeing divorce, that's the reason. That's the reasoning. Like it's different with Cody saying Christine's kids, Janelle's kids, stuff like
Because he's
that.
separating wives or
Yes,
family units. Family
yes,
units. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Uh, I miss Leah.
She should come back because she did
Just
a
to act,
great job.
and you know what? It would turn this franchise on its ear because remember during the reunion last year,
Hmm.
Alexia and Marisol had a like they were like yuck at the mere mention
Yeah.
of Leah's name.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more of that. They need to feel a little bit uncomfortable like the rest of this crew.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
All right, y'all. That was it, Jamal. Like I don't have
Me
anything else. I think we've hit
neither.
everything that was important. Bahamas was a bust. Um Looking forward to Gertie's farewell event for the season and time to wrap up this season and this episode. Jamal. Oh, so this was what was this? This was Real Housewives of Miami season 5, episode 15, Lines in the Sand. Any final thoughts?
Everyone have a wonderful weekend, and we will
Hey,
see you next
paranormal.
Thursday.
Yes, next Thursday we'll be back, regular schedule. So until next time, my friend.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.